Hello, this is Amanda from Details Flowers Software, and in this online tutorial video, I'm going to show you the cost page. Before we get started, here's a quick overview of what I'll be showing you today. The first thing that you're going to want to do before you try and access that cost page is make sure your privacy mode is off. You can access the privacy mode by clicking your icon in the upper right hand corner and clicking privacy mode off. If it is on, it will be hidden from you and you won't be able to access it. Next, we're going to head into our client's event. So we're going to pop into Oprah's here. I'm going to do that by clicking the event date. Next, I'm going to click costs. So the first thing we can see on this page is our cost information. So we can see our event grand total, my projected expenses for this event, and then once we fill in our columns, we'll see our actual costs and whether we were over or under projection. On the right, we have our wholesale partners. If I click here, we have a wide variety of partners. Some ship nationally and some ship just to your area. We are happy to go through and send you a quick form for you to fill out to let us know who your preferred partners are and who you would like to see on your cost page here in Details Flowers. Before we learn how to send off an RFQ to one of our partners, we're going to take a look at the table down below. So scrolling down, I see I have my blooms and greenery, my items listed, quantity needed. It is important to note that this is the stems that you need. This is not saying I need 145 bunches of these dark purple anemones. If I keep scrolling, it's going to show me my rentals. So we'll look at this one down here in just a minute. Let's start in our blooms and greenery. So there's a couple things that you can do here. To send this order off to your preferred wholesale supplier if they're not yet part of our network, one, please let them know that you would love to see them on Details Flowers. That will definitely help when we try and contact them. But you can still send them this order that has been automatically generated for you. So what you can do is either print this table via the print button, or you can download it as a CSV file. If I had wanted to, I can also add some notes to these items, and those notes would carry over to that CSV file. So clicking right here, add note, maybe I need to mark that these need to be a very specific color. I can also add a substitution. So let's say with these anemones, there is a chance that I might not get this specific dark purple. I click select substitution, start typing in. Maybe it's the same type of bloom. Maybe it's a different bloom of a similar color. You can go through, let's say I'm going to do this purple light. I can click that there. And it's now been marked as a possible substitution on the cost page. And also it will be marked in purple on your recipe PDF document. Carrying on, we also have the ability to add in a supplier. So if you were going through and you downloaded that CSV file, I could say that I'm getting this from flowers, 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 and then make sure you hit enter. It's going to ask you if you'd like to add that as a supplier, and it will save it right there. So that way, if you are not ordering all of these blooms from the same supplier, you can keep track of where they're coming from. If I take a look at the quantity ordered and the stem cost here, this is how I can keep track of what I have ordered. So let's say, once again, for these dark purple anemones, I see right here, I can either double click and it's going to fill in at 145 order. But once again, of course, we need to make sure that we're ordering appropriately to match the stems per bunch. If it's a little over, of course, maybe I would round this down to be 140. I know I don't need that extra. Or maybe I'm going to go in and say 150 so I have those extras to use elsewhere. So you can go down the line, fill all of these items in, and then we can place in our stem cost here. So here I have 145. My estimated stem cost is $2.25, and here's my estimated total. What I can do is say, all right, well, I know I'm going to get these maybe for a little bit less. So I'm going to put these in at $2.15. and it's going to mark this down that my total cost was 311, and then it's going to apply that to what I'm under projection by here. It's also going to mark that this item has been ordered. If I wanted to, I could click this little check mark and I can change the status here. So maybe it's just a quote requested, or it's shipped, or I'm in communication with my representative about this. You can also remove the status as well. You're able to do this with every single item on the cost page. And now let's scroll down and take a look at the rentals here. This is a really great one to print out or download that CSV file as a pull list. So for your team members, they'll know that they need to grab 40 of these 9-inch pillar candles. We need 200 of these right here. Now it's important to take a peek at this here. It's saying, hey, you need 200 based off of this event, but you actually only have 44. So I need to order an additional 156 of these items. Same with these hex lanterns here as well. It's saying, hey, you need 500 for this very luxurious event. You only have 6 in your inventory. This is the quantity you need. And then it takes that, if I placed in that default cost for that item, it's saying you can expect to spend about, oh my goodness, almost $12,000 to purchase these additional lanterns that you need for the event. And that's all calculated in this projection of what you're going to spend. So if you're going through and we're looking here, like this bird cage, I clearly have not yet put in that default cost. So that's something that you're going to want to make sure, go through your inventory items, make sure all of that correct information is in there. So when you get to that cost page, it's going to show appropriately. Once again, you can also download this, print this once you've filled everything out. You can fill in the quantity ordered and that item cost as well. So let's say for these candles, I need 40. I'm going to go ahead, we're going to order that 40, and it was $2. Just by double clicking in there, that gives me a total cost of about $80 here. Once you go through, I'm just going to double click everything here. These ones said I need 156. We're going to say that item cost for me was $10 a piece. And you can just keep going in. So once again, you see why it's important to have these costs in there, because I've basically just added an additional just under $1,600 to my actual spend for this event. Anytime you fill out these tables or you make an adjustment on here, make sure you click the Save button down at the bottom. Let's head up to the top. So we have quite a few wholesale partners with us. We're really proud to offer you these partners. They will ship you beautiful product, and not to mention the process is just so much easier than what it normally is. So here's how you would send your RFQ to one of our partners. You have your list right down here at the bottom. All you need to do is click their button here. So let's say we're going to send this off to 50 flowers. So I'm going to click 50 flowers. And this new page is going to pop up with my quantity needed and then this add. So I can check the ones I want to add. In this case, I'm actually going to go ahead and check all and then click add items. It's letting me know that I started a request for a quote. And if I scroll down here, I can see all of the blooms that I've added to this quote. So just as before with that CSV file, this is where you're going to want to update that quantity to match stems per bunch. And you can adjust it however you see fit. So this one says I need 153. It's probably smart for me to order, we don't need that 0.0 there, order 160. These tulips, I'm going to go 150. 50, and so on down the line. Again, it's very important for you to adjust these. If you are using items in boutonnieres, we can see here this is a 144.3. That means I had done partial stems. So of course you can round up or down depending on that. This process, by allowing you to choose the stems and showing you exactly what it is, what you need based off that event, is going to help keep you from over ordering and having that additional waste for your events. So you would just do this all the way down the line here. You can adjust your ask price per stem. Up at the top here, this is where I would talk with the seller. So let's just say, hey, this is Amanda from Details Flowers. I am looking for awesome prices on the below items. I look forward to working with you. And then you could just right at the bottom, you would click that save and send. Once you click that, the wholesaler will receive your request for a quote on their end. They'll go through all of the items and then they would send a quote back to you. At that point, you would be able to go through, review all of the prices that they sent to you, and you can accept the price in the bloom. You can reject the price in the bloom, and you can do this with some, all, or none. It's completely up to you. Once again, this is just a quote that you're requesting. It doesn't move into an order until you've accepted all the blooms and all of the shipping information has been communicated. This is a really wonderful feature. It completely simplifies the ordering process. Once again, once you've built your recipes on that worksheet, your order is automatically generated for you. There's no need to search for your blooms on the wholesaler site. Again, it's just so easy. If you have any questions for that wholesaler, maybe you need to get a hold of them right away, we do have the phone information, their direct email as well if you need to send them a message. Heading back to the cost page here, we can see that I have started a quote. I didn't send it to that wholesaler. So once you send that and they send it back, everything is going to show right up here underneath this wholesale quotes box. You can always click right here to access that quote and gather more information, or if you need to message that wholesaler something else. Again, that message area, really wonderful for communicating any specific details about these blooms, whether it be color, size, good things like that. So in a nutshell, that is our cost page. Once again, really easy to use, a very powerful tool, especially if you go back at the end of an event and you fill in all of your prices from your wholesaler, and you would go through, let's say, this bay laurel, we actually received this for 60 cents. So now I know I need to go into this bay laurel right here. I can edit it, change it to that 60 cents right off the bat. So going forward, all of my future events are going to show at that higher price. Really helps you control costs and increase profitability on every single event. If you have any questions about this page, I know there's a lot to it, please feel free to contact us via the support tab directly in Details Flowers. You can give us a call or email us directly, support@detailsflowers.com. Thanks for watching.